you speaking?
Fucking shit, nothing's working tonight. Okay. This is Vexen. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Sorry that I'm a little bit low energy, but a little bit tight. I'm upset actually because been trying to make this work for the past hour. Let's see. Been trying to make this work for the last hour, and it's not. Let's see. Jesus. Yeah. See, cannot get my comments to come up, so that's gonna be fun. Because I usually love doing my comments and bringing up the chat. So let me see if it's this is. See if it comes up this way. This has been an let's see, it works now. What's going on, Derpy Entertainment? What's going on, buddy? I'm sorry, but I've been struggling for the past hour trying to do a quick live stream because I wanted to do vertical streaming, but it's okay. I think hold on 1 second. I think okay. Let me see if it loads. Okay, now it's good. I think we're good. All right, so this has been a little bit okay. So this has been experimental. Since last night, I've been trying to play around with this vertical live streaming from YouTube, and yeah. So today has been a little bit challenging. I wanted to start. Of course, I started the live stream at 8:30, like I said I would, but then it just crashed. Nothing was loading. The camera was working, but none of my the chat wasn't loading. None of my slides was coming in. It's been a little bit frustrating to say the least. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Let me see if this comes up. Give me 1 second. See? Okay, that came up. Okay, so that's okay. Okay. So I think I'm good. Just move this over here. But I think I'm good. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good now. Holy crap. Sorry guys. So let's talk DC. Oh my goodness. I wanted to talk just, just chill, just have my chill conversation that I like to have with you guys on the live stream, but technology is not playing well with me tonight. Well, you know what? I don't mind this here. I don't want this to be an issue at work, which really is, but let me see. Make that pop up, pop out, pop out. And okay. So okay, so now yeah, I think we're good. All right. So let me share my screen because I just wanted to like shoot the shit with you guys and go over a couple of things. And let me bring the chat over here so that way I can, if there's anybody in the chat. Okay, there's 13 people, but they're not actively talking. All right, so let's go over this. So let me see if my transitions are working. Oh, yes. My transitions are working, so that's good. Let me see. Okay, this is good. Okay, all right. So at least this is working. So let me bring up this one. And let's do a little bit of Twitter chat. Let me see. 1 second. I think I saved my comments. Let me go back here. Okay, let me go from the beginning. From the beginning. I don't think I know. Of course. Of course, I didn't save that. I know. I didn't save none of them. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lord, Lord, Lord. All right, so let's. I put a little poll on my Twitter page about Braniac. All right, let's talk. Let's you know what? Let's talk about Braniac because James Gunn already announced that. Well, he didn't. He kind of teased that he's gonna be Braniac on his Man of Tomorrow Superman. Did it freeze? Yes, it did. I don't think I'm gonna try this again. I don't think I'm gonna try this again if this keeps happening. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, it keeps freezing. So yeah, all right. So I don't know. I was watching a live stream. I was watching what's her name? What's her face? Grace Randolph, and she was talking about Brainiac being female. So I was like, you know what, just for shits and giggles, let me ask you guys. Well, actually on Twitter, how would you guys feel about a female Brainiac? And not too many people were a fan of that theory, of that option. I'm particularly wouldn't want that. I think that will be an absolute mess if they do that. I didn't mind the Silver Surfer being female, but I don't know if that hurt the movie at all. I don't know. I don't want to say that because I do not know if that was a determining factor and why that movie didn't perform as well as it should have. I still think that it's an issue with the Marvel brand. Marvel is not hitting like it used to, and people will call me hater because I say that, but they don't. They're not hitting like they used to. Marvel has it's in a weird predicament. They invested a lot of money to make this new Avenger movies, and then I don't think they're gonna make their money back. I don't know if this is true from Um, one one of the Chris's, Captain America, he said that he's not coming back, and that's I don't know if having RDJ is just gonna be good enough. But anyway, so going back to this Brainiac being a female Brainiac, I think that would be a misstep. Even though I do like the idea of what James Gunn said about this sequel being a little bit more grounded, less comic booky. Because the first Superman was a little bit too comic booky, even though I love that movie. James Gunn confirm. Okay, James Gunn confirms DCU projects will be taking place in different eras. So somebody asked James Gunn, "Hey James Gunn, love episode 5. A question I wanted to ask last week: will there be DCU projects set totally different in totally different time eras? We'd love to see something placed in the early 1800s. I don't know about 1800s. I don't know about what could be in the 1800s. I don't know, but he said yes, there are and will be. So, like when we think about different eras, everybody automatically goes to the past. What if we go to the future and do a proper Batman Beyond? Like to me, that would be the hey salute. What's going on, February Mario? My dude, always coming clutch. What if it goes in the future and does Batman Beyond? That will be and I don't know if the option will be to do a live live action, but I think it will be good if they do like Into the Spider-Verse live animation. Like that style of animation looks amazing. So I don't think it's gonna be only in the past, because like everybody like automatically assume, yeah, it's gonna be a period piece. Like it's gonna be all set in the past, and like we could go in the future too. So that would be. Then again, like if you go in the future, the thing like the drawback about going like too far in the future, well, it depends how far in the future. Like you would know they can allude to certain events, and you know that's gonna be coming in the DCU. So like that, to me, that would be a brilliant way to tell you, hey, this is what's coming in the DCU. For them to do like a future film, like let's say just insert movie, I don't know, Batman Beyond, okay, for just to keep the conversation flowing. And then in the Batman Beyond, they mentioned, hey, whenever, remember that time that we fought Mongol, or remember that time that we fought Darkseid, or remember that time that that the entire league joined to fight Amazo. Like you have that in that movie. It's a way for them to tell you, hey, we are at the beginning stages of the DCU. But there is a movie where you're gonna see the Justice League fighting Amazo. There is a movie where the Justice League or whoever is gonna be fighting Mongol or Darkseid. So I think this that will be a clever way for them to introduce or tell us gives us little crumbs of what's to come in the DCU. Who's Beyond Reporter? I don't know who this person is. I don't like scoopers. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of scoopers. Beyond Reporter said the Palm Clementine will be playing. You know what? I would like that. She was a badass in the John Wick movie. So yeah, I will co-sign this. I saw this and I was like, holy shit! Hold up. Everybody's casting that dude for Batman, and I'm like, I don't know, man, but Tyler Hoechlin looks like a dope Batman. He got the chin. He's at the right age to be David Carnes with a Batman. So I actually like this. This doesn't look half bad. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think this is gonna happen. Will Porter as Batman? Nah, that's nah. I don't think so. Nah, I don't see it. Sorry, I just don't see that. Like I wouldn't mind that, but I don't. I honestly don't see Will Porter playing Batman in the DCU. What is this? I've been enjoying all these gag reels. Let me see. This James Gunn said that reused the set from the Superman for episode 8 of Peacemaker. Oh, okay. So maybe there's something there that we're gonna see in the final episode. Like this is like the worst kept secret. Turn to Christ, Jesus loves you, man. You preaching to the choir. I'm a Christian. Jesus is king, indeed. But yeah, I think this is the worst kept secret. I think something's gonna happen in like we know we're gonna see Lex. We're gonna see all the characters from the DCU in those 3 final episodes. I want to know what I hope he's not overselling it. I hope he's not overselling it because I'm gonna be pissed, man. And I feel like James Gunn. Sometimes James Gunn tends to do that, to oversells some of this stuff. I'm like, okay, this is pretty good, but I don't think it's that it's that great. Because every time, like whenever you ask him, whenever he talks about a new movie, this is the best thing I've ever written. It's like, come on, bro, come on. Isabella Merced, Superman, Spider-Man. Well, you know what? I forgive her because she was in the Madam Web movie. I don't remember which Spider Woman she played, but it was like 2 seconds with a suit on. That movie's terrible, but so I'll forgive her for that. Yeah, so that's funny because David Caruso was like, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon." That was funny. The following special featurette deleted scene. I'm liking all these deleted scenes that were given by James Gunn. James Gunn says that James Gunn says they now have a really, really good story for Batman Burying the Bold. I want to know what that story is like. What if Braniac is in final episode? That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane if they have Braniac on the last episode of Peacemaker. Like, to me, would that be the right setting for them to tease it? Yeah. To reveal it? No. I don't think it's the best setting. I think the best setting for them to reveal Braniac will be in the Supergirl movie. I think that will be the best setting for them to reveal it. It will be in the Supergirl movie because I don't know. It feels like, I don't know. Yeah, it's TV. It's all connected. It's all part of the same universe. Maybe they're treating every character with the same respect. Like, yeah, they can live all these characters have the same shared universe, and you can see them popping in and out in a show or a movie. But having a character like Brainiac that has been so sought after by the fans for years, and just having getting him introduced at the end of Peacemaker season 2, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be that's the right move. Hello, Rio Anarchy. I'm looking forward to Man of Tomorrow. More days and days. More days and days. And Thursday, I'm going to binge watch Peacemaker and watch the rest of. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a live stream because something big is supposed to happen on Thursday. So I'm definitely gonna do a live stream. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start at 9 when the show starts. I'm gonna start recording and watch it. Probably not gonna interact with the chat, but I'm gonna be watching it so I can record it just in case there's like a big reveal, and I could do like a little whatever, a little short and upload it, but in a little short reaction. But then if something big happens, then we could all like fan out and talk about this for 4 hours, not hours, an hour and change, whatever. But yeah. February Mario, the Pocket Universe can be connected to Braniac device he used to steal worlds. I think, you know what? That's a possibility. But I got a theory that that is a mother box. Because mother boxes, I don't know. I had a conversation with somebody about this. Like, oh, that's not a mother box. Mother boxes are big. It's like, I think you thinking about Zack Snyder's mother boxes. Mother boxes look different. Like if you go and read the comic books, they look like they are the size of a small tablet, like one of those little Verizon tablets. That's what they look like. They're very small. So I think this could potentially be the version of a mother box. Because now, when I remember when they what episode was that? There was an episode, I think it was the previous one, that they asked Peacemaker, hey, what about the helmet? How did you make the helmet? And he says complicated. That's just a way for James Gunn saying, I'm not telling you just yet. But because that will be a big reveal. Like if you say, oh, well, the thing they created the helmet. I'm like, oh, there you go. Because mother boxes create big, technology. And I think that's what it is. I think those helmets were created by that device. Not only creates that door portal, whatnot. It could be a boom tube, also a version of a boom tube. Because no, it's not. I think those little pocket universe thing that they use in the Superman movie as Zeta tubes or boom tubes, or they could be enhanced to be boom tubes. But yeah, I think that little thing, that little device is a version or a straight up mother box, because mother box create technology, create life, create things. So got a feeling that's what it is. But that's a good theory though. That's a good theory. Maybe that's the way that he goes into other worlds. I don't know. I got a feeling like we're not gonna get him to appear in this universe through one of those pocket universe, like go through a door. I think we're gonna see him coming from space, getting that. So because we haven't gone galactic yet. We're gonna go galactic with a Green Lantern to a degree, because it's supposed to be like really grounded. But I think when we see Brainiac, we need to see that thread coming from space. That's just me. Peacemaker season 2 prequel for Man of Tomorrow right now. Well, it's supposed to be. James Gunn says that we're not gonna need homework to understand what's going on. I don't think, you know what? I don't think we need homework in the sense that if we don't watch Peacemaker, we're not gonna understand Man of Tomorrow. I don't think that is the issue here. I think you can watch Man of Tomorrow without watching Peacemaker season 2 enough, and not miss out anything. But like if you are invested, like we are with even Marvel movies, yeah, you're gonna watch them both. You're gonna watch Peacemaker season 2 and then go into Man of Tomorrow or Supergirl. That's a good idea. Yep. Good. Yep. So yeah, let me see. Let's see what else is here. So yeah, I like this. Let me. This is a deleted scene from the movie, right? So you remember when he said, "Oh yeah, have nanites on everybody." It looks like he had nanites on the dog. Let me turn off the music. So it looked like Mr. Terrific had nanites on the dog, and he's tracking it, but he would I feel like there was a lot of stuff that was left out, because okay, how did you get the nanites on the dog after you already said I put nanites on everybody? So did you put nanites on the dog, or did you know about the dog? I don't think everybody knew about the dog, because when he went into the pocket universe, he was like, oh, there's a dog there. So I don't know. And another thing is, like, if you go watch You can tell the CGI is not on. It looks like he's like floating.
Right.
Okay, so this is the scene like when you see Superman coming in, and then you see right after you see Mr. Terrific like rolling in into the space onto the ship. I'm like, let me go back and watch that because I think these two sequences took places at two different times, and I think James Gunn found a way to put those scenes together because you see Superman coming in. Yeah, you see Mr. Terrific coming right after, but then you don't see Mr. Terrific at all again. Like you could see like the back of his head later on, but it doesn't feel like they all are in the same scene. Like if you watch it, you're gonna be like, you don't see Superman and you don't see Mr. Terrific outright. So there's like something feels like, yeah, I think he put these scenes together in the cutting floor because it was like, I think there was a lot stuff. Like we got a lot of stuff, a lot of footage revealed today, a lot of behind the scenes and stuff, but I don't think he's revealing everything. I don't think he revealed the whole thing. I think there's a lot of stuff that was supposed to be part of them because this movie is like 2 hours. Like I feel like no, they could have been, there could have been another 30 minutes, but I'm fine that they took this little bit out. So I'm like, I don't want, like I already like Mr. Terrific and that he was a little bit serious, but having him like being a gag reel, I'm fine that he didn't do that. So, but yeah, oh this looks amazing. Monochrome version of the Batman. Let's see, where's the other thing? Let me see. Just there was a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. Bud. Okay. This already seen. What do I got a feeling like I'm missing a lot? Let me see if I reposted it. Who are you guys casting? I don't know if you noticed this. Because I got a feeling that the man that's gonna be playing Braniac is gonna be a brother. I think it's gonna be a black man. And I think somebody said that it's gonna be Juwardi, whatever his name is from season 1 of Peacemaker. I think my casting, which if you look at his face, is that dude from Severance. Like that's my casting. That brother from Severance. I think he will be a perfect Brainiac. What do you say? Somar, what up? Using Krypton 2018. Yes. Also, I don't want us eating up the sequel. It's not an improvement. What? What? Using Krypton 2018. I seen that. Yeah. Also, I don't want us eating up the sequel if it's not an improvement. Well, you know what? James Gunn already said that it's not gonna be as comic booky, so I think he's gonna take it a little bit more serious. I think the first one, this first Superman, of course, he needed to play it safe. I said that yesterday. He was not. He couldn't just go as crazy as he usually does with his movies, and I think that was intentional. He was like, let me be cautious. Let me make sure that I don't rattle the cages, even though it was like he was under a lot of pressure. And if you go and watch the interview that he did on this podcast, where he talked about a couple of things, and actually let's play some of this stuff because I love some of the things that he said here. Let me see.
Like obviously you're writing like so many different things.
Too much, yeah.
But so you get an idea cooking. Are you like, do you go, outline note cards? Like how do you actually approach writing your material?
It always changes, and that's one of the ways I keep it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But the main, usually what happens like with a movie is I spend time, I'm usually like doing something else is my main thing. So like, for instance, working on the new script with Lex and Superman. I was, promoting Superman. I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm editing Superman when I started it, so I don't have the time to fully commit myself to it, because once I start writing the actual script, nothing else exists in my life. And so I'm just writing down ideas, short synopses, like real simple first act, second act, third act, trying to find the center of what the story is. You know, who the antagonist is, who's the protagonist, just dealing with these different things. And I went through a couple of different things. Like I wrote a treatment that was very different from what the treatment ended up being that I, gave to Peter Safran, and he liked, but I read it and I was like, there's something missing,
Hello.
And so I just go through this process of discovery in which the doors are completely open. I never lock into anything at that point, because locking in at that point is really the death of the creative process. Because I've done it before, where I lock in on this idea, and then I find that everything else doesn't work so well around that one idea. So I play. Then after, time stewing, I feel like I have that thing, and then I sit down and I write the treatment. And the treatment is really worked out. It's, the Man of Tomorrow treatment was, 65 pages.
Damn.
Eventually I put photos in there as reference from the comics and different things. And then I give that to my...
I like that he put photos from the comics, because now we're gonna see a couple of panels come to life. That got me freaking
group
amped.
of people, and then they give me notes, and then I take them in, the ones that I want, and don't take in the ones I don't, and then I get to writing I rewrite the treatment so it fits.
It fits, yeah.
And then I start writing the screenplay off of that treatment, and then I finish that usually in less than 2 weeks.
Holy shit!
But a big thing
that is surprising. Like I don't know, because a lot of people were getting upset with Matt Reeves because Matt Reeves was taking forever on writing the Batman, and he was working with Matt Tomlin, whatever his name is, and that took forever to do that script. And to hear this man saying, well, I wrote a treatment, 60 pages, and insert a couple of images here as reference points, and then when I write the script, it takes me 2 weeks. That's incredible. I hope that doesn't mean, because I don't know if you don't take your time. I guess everybody's different. I think maybe he is detailed, but he's like fast paced. I don't know, but the fact that he's able to like bang out a script in 2 weeks, I don't know if to be worried on the quality or be excited that he can churn out that much stuff out there in less than a month. Do these writers really write the movie themselves, or have a bunch of more with? I'm sure. No. They do. He writes it, but like he said, he gives it to other people to read it, take a couple of pointers, and then he goes back and punch it up. I don't know how much writing you have to do in the film, on the script, to be credited. I think you can get away with, I don't know, a page or two. I don't know how much, but I know once somebody else start writing or contributing to the script, depending on how much that writer contributes, it'll merit that person getting a writing credit on that script. For now, it's just James Gunn.
Hear that? Yeah. I mean, because that is, and I hear that. I mean, I don't want to say, like, I hear that pretty often about my movies. Like, oh, my grandma loves Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, really? Okay,
yeah, cool,
great. Yeah, she loves that little Groot. She loves Rocket or whatever. And I'm like, that's really what it's about for me. I want to create, and it's so weird. People think I'm, whatever, because I go from making something like Peacemaker, which has a bunch of flopping penises in the first episode to something like Superman, which is made for everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't think of it as like, I'm not holding anything back when I'm making Superman. I'm simply speaking to a different
audience. There you go.
I'm speaking to
That's precisely what he's doing, and I know I don't understand why some people cannot compartmentalize that, because you can see all those haters going on social media. How do you go from this family friendly movie to this adult content with Peacemaker? Dude, Superman is for, family. It doesn't mean that everything that he makes is gonna be for families. That one is for families. Whatever he was very clear that Peacemaker was not gonna be for kids. It's gonna be an adult theme show, just like the first season was. It's no different than from the first season. So I like the fact that he does that he doesn't want to be beholden to just do one type of content. Sure, I don't think, and I think I got a feeling for the strangest feeling that first Superman is gonna be the lightest tone Superman or movie that we're gonna get from the DCU. Like, I think that the next one with Supergirl is gonna be a little bit more hardcore. I think that after that, what we're gonna get Clayface, which is gonna be a horror movie, and then what else? Then we're gonna get Lanterns. It's gonna get dark. So I think we're not gonna get to see something lighter in tone like the Superman movie for a while, or if ever, because I got a feeling that was him playing it safe. Because he, in the same interview, he was saying, I was nervous. There was a lot of pressure with this movie, and it needed to be inclusive. It needed to hit all the right notes. Even when they were promoting the movie, the Rotten Tomato score was coming out. The reviews were coming out, and he was nervous because he didn't know how it was gonna be received. And he felt relieved that everybody loved it, and that's when he was like, okay, now we can move on. We can go crazy and do all these other things that we really want to do. Because I think that Superman was like setting the tone. It's gonna be inclusive, letting everybody know, but the next one is gonna be a little bit rough around the edges. So let me see. I got some other things here. I like this guy. This is funny. This is funny.
You're acting insane. Calm down.
Tell him where he is.
That's funny. So this is. We know what James Gunn was doing here. We know. This must have been really therapeutic for him because, man, ever since he became the head of DC, he's been getting shit from everybody from the Snyder Cult. And I think this is his way for him just getting back at them, like, yeah, motherfuckers are shit. Yeah, just monkeys in the web typing nonsense into the ether. Nobody gives a shit what you think. So I thought this was really funny. I saved it just for no reason at all. This scene. This is another behind the scenes. Let me put down the volume, the music. It's one of those little behind the scenes which I thought, why would they take this one out? Like, this was a touching moment between him and Lois. Like, why was this cut out? This is like 20 seconds long. It's like stuff that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. So during interview, James Gunn stated that they are now really, okay, I already spoke about this, but I'm excited for the DCU. Just pumped. I can't wait. I think we'll be eating good for a long time. And hey, by the way, you guys I love this poster. This poster was very good. It took me back to the Indiana Jones era. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna end it right here, guys, because I I know I feel a little bit out of my element because I was upset, man. When I tried to do the live stream at 8:30 and everything was failing and I couldn't get it to work. Go Giants. I'm glad they're sitting out freaking Russell. Anyway, so I forgot about this. Tom Holland, he was I think he was hurt, but not it wasn't that bad because apparently he was at an event right after. So I don't think he's I think he's okay. I think he's okay. I need to get that steel book too. Batman wearing, you know what? This is something that on the same interview he said something. This was interesting. That he said Batman wearing a mask. Batman doesn't have a Batman face, which is true. Like the thing about Batman our Superman is that they all have a Superman face. That's a specific sort of thing because people kind of have some idea of what Superman looks like from the comics. And that is so freaking true. And this is something that the Snyder cultists, oh my God. I'm so glad that like they fucking died a slow death. And I'm so freaking happy that I don't know if maybe it's my algorithm doesn't feed me none of that shit anymore. But this is so true. When James Gunn hired David Corenswet, the first thing, well, he looks like Henry Cavill. Like, no, he looks like Superman. Henry Cavill looks like Superman. Brandon Routh looks like Superman. Like every character, every person, like the one that looks the least as Superman is the one from Superman and Lois. The last one. Oh my God, why his name is escaping me right now. Him and George Reeves. Those are the only ones that don't look like too much like Superman. But after that, every single one of them, even the a-hole of that sign up for ICE, whatever the hell, that dude. Forget his name. I don't want to. Anyway, but yeah. So every Superman, there's a mold, what he's supposed to look like. There's a look. Black hair, white guy, person good looks, blue eyes, Boy Scout, sweet look on the face. They always gotta look the same. It's like there is a mold that he gotta fit. It's not like Batman. Batman can be played with. Look, Michael Keaton, short king, wearing a cape. He doesn't look super intimidating outside of the suit. The same thing goes for Val Kilmer. Blonde hair, person good looks, but there's nothing. I don't think there's something that had to be specific for every Batman for Batman to look specific. Dean Cain, fuck that guy. Thank you. Yeah, even Dean Cain looks like Superman. You know, well, looked like Superman when he was young, not anymore. But yeah, so. Batman, yeah, there's no specific like in I think he was talking about Batman because it feels like comic book fandom. It is like almost freaking religious because people would say, oh, my Batman's not supposed to look like this. The suit's supposed to be the XYZ. The ears, the cowl, the gauntlets, they're supposed to, like, everybody had their own little version of what these characters are supposed to be like. So it's really difficult to, to make these movies. Because I know James Gunn enjoys a whole lot more doing lesser known characters because he can do whatever the hell he wants with those characters. But when you do Batman or Superman, it's like religion. Nobody's gonna let you take little liberties with his characters, and that's unfortunate because I like when they take big swings. That's one thing that I appreciate about Zack Snyder, that he took different approach with his characters. I like when they take these characters and turn them upside down. I want to see both versions, like version that is disconstructed, that you take little swings, and there's a version out there also that that adheres more to the original story associated with the character. So hell yeah. Yes, Tom Welling looks freaking like Superman. Like every single one of them, they have a look. they have to adhere to specific looks. Batman, they can get away with it. One thing is that he was talking about the white eyes. Everybody wants the white eyes. Somebody wants the gray suit. I don't mind the gray suit. Like if it's dark gray, I think we saw dark gray on one of the on the Nolan movies. That was not black. Those the Dark Knight was dark gray, and so was the last one on the Flash movie. That was a light gray. I don't want to see that again. But anyway, so yeah, I wonder. You know what? And I think we're gonna see. I said this yesterday. We're gonna see more characters in this movie. In this this Superman, the Superman sequel, we're gonna see more characters. We're not just gonna see Superman. We're gonna see the Justice Gang, of course, but by the time this movie comes around, I think we're gonna have our Batman already. We're gonna see our Batman, and we're gonna see all the characters. We're gonna have Green Lantern already exist in this universe. How I don't know if Hal Jordan is gonna probably. I don't think he's gonna make it out of that show, but we're gonna see Jon Stewart, Supergirl. I think because Braniac is a big threat. Braniac is a big threat. So I think we're going to see Supergirl, Jon Stewart, probably the Justice Gang, even Lobo, because Lobo is like an anti-hero. He's not an anti-hero. He's a freaking bounty hunter. Whoever, whoever pays him, that's who he's going to do the job for. And I think we're going to see the Batman. So I think we're going to see the DCU Batman also helping out with this big threat. Or they're going to show him to some effect. Because I got a feeling by then we will already have our DCU Batman. If we don't already have it. Like they're doing this movie with Clayface. And I don't know, I shouldn't say I guarantee you, but I got a feeling that's where the Batman is going to get revealed. So because James Gunn is talking about, some of the people already came, like a big actor came to me to talk about the Batman. I'm like, why would they come to you to talk about the Batman if you're not casting yet? So that to me that implicates the fact that he is already casting for the Batman. That there is some people coming in to talk to him. Hey, listen, I'm available. But he said in the same breath, he said, nah, he's not. That guy is not gonna be my Batman. I already have a couple of ideas of who might be. So I'm like, you are casting, my friend. Superman public domain I think it's on 2027. I think one thing about the public domain, I think the public because the public domain is concerning that Superman that was created 70 something years ago, right? When he was created, in case you didn't know, he didn't fly. He didn't have X-ray vision. There's like a couple of things that were added along the way that are not part of the public domain. So whatever is part of the public domain is just that him came from Krypton, was raised in a farm. He can leap tall buildings in a single bound. I think, but the flying that was introduced later on. So there's a lot of nuance to all that public domain stuff that we still don't know what they mean. But I think there's a lot of stuff that they cannot do. Like for instance, a lot of villains that were introduced further down the line, then they're not part of the public domain. Even I think Lex. When was Lex introduced? I don't remember when was Lex introduced, but I don't know if Lex is also part of that. Give me a second. All right, guys. So I don't know how far back he was introduced. Lex was Lex not introduced. Let me do this little homework and check. Where was Lex introduced in the Superman comics? because I don't think that's gonna be part of the. Okay, see, he was not even in Action one. Lex Luthor was introduced in Action Comics number 23, published in 1940. He was created by Joe Siegel, blah blah blah. The same creators of Superman, and initially appeared as a red-haired mad scientist. So see, the red-haired mad scientist, probably that's gonna be part of the public domain. So not entirely sure how that. I don't want to. I do not know. Wait, no, we don't actually. Let me see. When Superman okay. All right, sorry. Let me see. What? Okay. When this happens, only Superman has, as he appeared in 1938, becomes public. The name, the identity, Clark Kent, his love interest, Lois Lane. His powers are originally showing super strength, leaping great distances, not full flight. You see, incredible speed, invulnerability. I can't say that freaking word. So his basic costume, the blue. See, yeah. So it's just like the not watered down, but the original version of Superman. Like Kryptonite, a bunch of villains that he fights, Zod, all those other things. Yeah, they're not gonna be part of the public domain. So that's, just keep that in mind when you see, because I'm sure the horror people are the first one to take advantage of that and make some horror feature with Superman public domain information. Let me see, but we can make money off of him, and now we can add stuff. Yeah, that's true. You can make your own, like even with AI. I know people bitch and moan about that, but you can do your own Superman movie, and do your own little shorts with that character. Just like introduce new characters, introduce a new villain or some shit, and make it your own. You never know. Make some money. Make some money. That's why it's public domain. You're not hurting anybody. You're not stealing from anybody. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I've been going on for a little bit. I just wanted to test this whole thing with the vertical live streaming, and because last time I tried, it was crapping out. So it was doing the same thing tonight. So, but anyway, so thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, peace.